Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, man? Welcome back to 101.1 The Culture. And today I got one of my homeboys. Y'all think I always say this, but I just been around for a long time. I got my homeboy from way back, Joe Clark, man. What's happening?
What's up, man? What's up, man? Happy to be here, bro.
Man, I'm happy to have you on, man. It's one of those things where you get a chance to reacquaint yourself with the old face.
Oh yeah.
And of course, everybody follows everybody on social media, right? But when you don't get a chance to chop it up with someone, it makes it even more exciting to me because although we see each other, we don't get a chance to talk about each other's life. And,
True.
You know, so when we come in, we get a chance to make you the highlight because you've been a highlight for a long time. The people don't know Joe really been putting in work for a long time, man.
Long time.
I remember before the beard and, you know, when he had good eyes, when he had, had to wear the glasses. You know, I've been knowing Joe for a long time, man. So I need you to kind of start off with kind of where I start with everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know who you are.
Okay.
Where you're from, and a little bit about your background. We're going to dig into your business a little bit later, but just those three things to start us off with today.
All right. Who am I, man? I'm Joseph Clark, bro. I'm the average Joe. You know what I'm saying? But above average Joe.
I was gonna say we ain't average.
Average, but above average. Meaning, hey man, just living my life, man, and just growing like anybody else. You know what I mean? That part average, but work ethic above average. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Where I'm from, man, from Pratt City, bro. / Pleasant Grove, man. We are, hey, you know what I'm saying? I got best of both worlds, I guess, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, man. What was the other one, man?
A little bit about your background.
A little bit about my background, man. Hey, like I said, grew up in Pratt. Pops, Joseph Clark, Sr., Yolanda Clark, my mother, man. Got a brother, sister. Big family, man, as far as cousins and aunties, man. You know, the basic grandma keeping all the cousins, and during the summertime, you know, parents out working, man. We walk to the candy store, you know, stuff like that, man. Candy lady, Miss Marie, man, Pratt City, man. Walk down the street, get some
Miss Marie, the candy lady. She still around?
I don't know, man. I need to go check, man. She had all the Boston baked beans and lemon heads, bro.
Yes, Boston baked beans, man. Lemon heads.
Yes, man. Yes.
What was the great ones? I can't remember.
Was that Big Blow or something?
Was it Big Blow?
No, it wasn't Big Blow, man.
It was something else.
It's I think it was Rainbow. Yeah, it had to be the rainbow, the purple.
Took me way back, man. You know, as I get older, I try to remember some of these old things because they so nostalgic.
Rainbow. Rainbow was the purple little ball. Yeah.
Those was hit. That was my favorite.
Yeah,
that was
man.
my favorite.
Yeah, man. But family life, man, it was good. Like we didn't have everything, man, but the way my parents and cousins and aunties and grandmas, like they set it up, man, it's like you didn't know you didn't have everything. You didn't have all the latest pair of shoes, but we still were able to pick out the shoes that still look good. You know, you know, it was like that, man.
Still stay fly.
Yeah, still had to, man. It's like, hey, I think the less you have, the more creative you become.
That you know, I tend to agree with that. Now, when you say mom and dad 2-parent household,
oh yeah, 2-parent household. Yeah,
what's up.
I know a lot of people didn't have that, man, but I had that. Plus, my dad was a father to many because we grew up in church. You know what I mean? So, man, there's a lot of people call my dad Pops. Like I had to share my dad with like a whole bunch of other kids, but they were my brother and my sister. I knew how great my pops was. So it's like, hey man, I got a great, like, played basketball or something like that. Folks' parents didn't show up. My parents showed up for everybody. You know what I mean?
Man,
so
that's
it's
a
like
blessing.
That. Yeah, man. So it's like, hey man, hey, you ain't got one, I got one. Y'all can have him. Like, hey, you'll spend time with him. I was like that. You know what I mean?
That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. So family life was good. What was it like in Pratt City for you around that time?
I saw on your last interview, you was like, depending on the time you were in a certain part of the hood or whatever, like it really determines. Like during that time, Pratt was really like, it was crazy, bro. Like, you know, the basic gunshots every night, crack house on the left side of the house. Like, you know, they didn't really. They didn't do too much. They just did what they did in the house, man. They respected my grandma. Like, you know, my grandma Orly, bro, you didn't do too much. Like, hey, we come out the house, we wave. But it was just the basic, you know, drugs and, you know, little simple stuff like that, man. I feel like we had the better street, 420 Avenue G.
Okay.
We had the,
G Street.
G Street. Yeah. We had the better street, but Pratt was something else during that time.
For sure. And it's so now when I listen to you say they respected grandma.
Mm-hmm.
See, back then it was like a different code.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, you might have got your thing on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But grandma, you respect her.
Yeah,
don't have no fools up over the house. We ain't gonna keep it too loud. You know what I'm saying? She going to bed at a certain time. If you serving, you know what I'm saying? You need to call before you pull up.
Yep.
We ain't fit to be congregating outside all hours of the night. We weren't doing that back then.
Can't do that, man. Don't touch her kids. Don't touch her grandkids. Don't do that.
Like, it was a whole different code back with the streets, and now it's we know that it's a whole different ball game now, man.
Yeah, man, and that's crazy, man. I didn't understand this at the time, man, but I wanted to travel all through the neighborhood and stuff. My parents didn't let me, man. Like, I could go down the street to my homeboy James' house and my boy Jamel house down in the alley behind our house or wasn't like that, but they kept us busy. So if it was Inslee Broncos, like football,
okay, I remember all that.
Yeah, man, I was playing Coach Rucker with basketball. Like, they kept you in something so you can stay out of trouble and have, good influences everywhere. In church, basically. They kept us in church, bro. Like, we was always in church. So you couldn't get in no trouble. If you got in trouble, bro, you was getting in trouble at church type stuff. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Yeah, they was real strategic, bro. They was smart, bro.
So was your mom or dad, were they like pillars in the church, like preaching or teaching or anything like that, or just heavily involved?
At first they were heavily involved. We started off at in the Brickyard over there in Inslee, 23rd Street Baptist Church.
Okay.
And my dad wasn't going to church at the time. I wanted to stay home with him, man, when I was younger. But
my
mama dragged me to church, man, wearing a little tie and stuff, man. I remember walking in and I saw somebody with some Timbs on or something, man. I was like, man, I want to dress like that, man. Like, oh, no, you can't do that. But, my aunt was on the organ. My cousins and stuff, they were in the choir. I had to be in the choir. My mom was directing the choir, so they were in there, man.
Oh, so they was like almost, they were really like the figureheads in the church,
but
especially with the music.
Yeah, they were doing the thing, man. Cousins and everything, man. So we had a musical family, man. They all went to J.O. I wanted to go to J.O., but that's how I ended up at Pleasant Grove. And mom was like, "Yo, I want you to go over here and play ball and do stuff like that." So
okay,
but everybody played an instrument or something, like And
so you play instruments?
I don't play instruments, man. I play the air guitar. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it, bro. But I always wanted to play the guitar, but I was just like so engulfed into rap when I came across it.
Okay. Now, speaking of rap, so did you start off with like gospel rap, or was it street rap, or did that evolve? Because I've seen you with. To me, whenever I've heard you rap, it was always positivity and there was always God in there. In case y'all didn't know, I'm trying to think. So I think I saw you about 18 years ago.
18? Okay.
Yeah. So at that time, I know that there was a lot of stuff going on in the music community. But before then, obviously, you was rapping before then.
Yeah.
So what were your first raps like? What were they about?
First raps were like, I never told anybody. I just knew I wanted to do it. There was like, I can remember loving music and trying to rap at 6, bro. Like just, little stuff. And then, me and my cousin Trey, shout out to Frank Lawrence, man.
Frank Lawrence, what's happening?
Yeah, man. We used to, we used to come on little raps and we should be playing, man. And then when we got with all the cousins and stuff like that, we used to make these little tents in the room, like pallets on the floor and then tents in the room.
Yeah.
And we spent the night and stuff like that. And I remember my cousin James, we call him Poonuk, man, R.I.P. Poonuk, man. But we used to rap the planets, you know what I'm saying? And he always got the Venus. And that. So he rhymed that with, man. So we always had some kind of influence with rap. But when I took it serious, was about 12, man, 12, 13.
Okay.
And church gave us that platform to do it. And that's how we end up doing the gospel rap.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. And shout out to the pallets. Y'all don't know about They don't know about sleeping on the pallets,
oh,
man.
Man, it was the best, bro.
Going to grandma's house or during the summertime,
yes.
and you didn't have an extra bed, or y'all want to spend the night. Okay, we gonna make y'all a pallet. My dad used to do that with me and my cousins back in the day. We would be born here, raised in California. I used to come back. Oh,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, so I would come out here every summer, and I stay with grandma up in Hooper City.
Okay.
Then I'd be at my dad's house in West End.
Okay.
So make y'all a pallet.
Bro, that was the best, man.
and that's what you wanted to do. And then of course they go to bed. We had TV still on
late at night. Yeah, man.
The
days, bro.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Man.
Different, like I say, different times. I don't know if they make pallets no more, man.
I don't know, man. I don't even know if they spend out of their cousin's house like that no more. Like, I don't think they do that, man.
That's crazy. So 13, rapping in church. So that's where and we categorize it as gospel rap sometimes, right? But that's where the sharpening of the skills came.
Oh yes, man.
Performing in front of the church.
The church, yes, man. And shout out to Seven.
Oh, come on.
April, man. She
legend,
man. Like, and we family, like, man, when I tell you, like, how the church family, we had the youth, we were all family. We still like kick it. Like, shoot, my barber is my homeboy, like, that grew up at church with me, man, my brother. So it's like with Seven, man, she was already rapping. Her and her brother were rapping. So I was like, man, like, I never told anybody I did that stuff. So I eventually was like, man, hey, April, yo, I can rap. Like, listen to my rap. She was over the house, and then she was like, all right, go write some and then bring it back to me. So I was like, okay. I tell the story all the time, but she was like, I was like, oh, okay. So I took time to write. It was easy to me. It's easy to write. So I came back and I had read the rap off paper. She was like, man, yo, you can do it, bro. You can do it. So then she's like, man, you need to go rap this at youth church at the time. Well, more of children's church, And then they end up letting me get the mic and doing it. And then I was like, okay, man, shoot, I'm gonna do it. It wasn't as bad as I thought, man. I'm gonna do it. And that was just the first little spark to be like, I'm gonna get on stage and do it.
So how do you like the stage?
The stage? How do I like the stage?
Yeah. What do you like better, the performing part or the creation part?
The creation, man. If I can be an artist and not have to touch the stage, bro, I'll be fine with it, man.
Really?
Yeah. But it's crazy. Like, once I don't like that gap between getting there and then performance. That little gap is so much anxiety. I don't care how much I practice, so much anxiety in between there. But once I hit the stage, man, it's nothing, man. Like, I've been doing it since forever. Like, once I hit the stage, I know I can communicate with the crowd, do all that stuff. You can put me in the show in front of millions, man. I'll rock them up, bro. But it's just that little gap. That's like, man, why am I doing this, bro? Like, I'm nervous, man. I'm in the back like Eminem, about to throw up, right? You know what I'm saying?
So is it stage fright?
No, it ain't stage fright.
But it's just
anxiousness. Like, it's basically like, man, I want to hurry up and get this over with. Like, I want to go and do it. But once I get on stage, man, it's just like a calmness, man. It's like I could do this, man. Once I see the people's faces, man, I see the people, I look them in their eyes, man, and see I don't care if they have a stone cold face, man. It's like, man, I can get them up. I can get their hands up. I can get them moving. Even if they don't say nothing the whole show, I know they feel me. I can feel it. You know what I mean? So it's like, once I get on stage, I pretty much know what to do. Like, it's light work when I get on stage. Like I said, it's just that gap before. It's like, man, like what's the fear of the unknown type thing? Like, you don't know how it's gonna go. But once I get on the stage, I don't care how it goes. Like, I'm up there by myself. I'm gonna just do my thing.
Just blank out.
Just blank out, bro. Just do what I want to do up there.
See, y'all seen me on stage as a hype man.
Yeah.
And I got a song or two that I done rapped before. And I didn't do that. But I never really wanted to be a rapper. I've always wanted to be a person in the background. And I've never had like that type of anxiety. And off camera, we'll talk about some of my musical stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I used to sing, right?
Okay.
So, I came up in the church too. People don't know that. Yeah, I came.
Yeah.
But most of us, we come from the church background. So I never really had that type, but I'm almost like you to where I like that creation part. And I never really wanted to be on a stage. It was more of a necessity. And so I think that's why I leaned more towards being a producer and engineer as opposed to wanting to be an artist. Plus, it's a certain charisma that I think you got to have to be an artist, and I just never thought I had it.
And that's understandable, bro. Like people had to tell me, man, Joe, you got it. But me, I was like, no, I don't want to be in the background. He's like, no, you should be out there. We need to do this. So I was like, I might as well, man. Like, So it's just
well, shout out to everybody that told you to do it because first time I saw you, I was like, man, dude can go. And so the music was spiritual, but it still had that edge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So where a guy that was, kind of a street cat still could still feel it because of where I came from.
Yeah.
And it was honest. And I think that's one of the most difficult things for some artists to do, especially nowadays, because there's so much fantasy in rap.
Yeah, man.
And of course we tell stories, we sometimes they embellish a little bit.
Yeah.
But people tell stories. And I think the thing that I got from you when I used to first see you was that, number one, it felt honest. Number two, I knew that you were sincerely a person that was doing you, but was also pleasing God with what you were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how do you straddle that fence? Because being from Pratt City now, I know that your parents kept you away from stuff, but you still got school, you still got other friends.
Yeah, I'm still around it, bro. Still around it.
You know, so rapping in churches, that would really curb you to do more of just the gospel thing and not really mess around with any of the street stuff, or did you dabble?
No, I actually didn't dabble, bro. It's just like all the way from the beginning to right now, man, I just rapped about my life. And that was my life. Like, shout out to Pastor Green, bro. He gave us the platform. He was like, hey, y'all rap. Hey, I'm in church every day. I'm gonna rap about church. I'm gonna rap about I'm gonna rap about God. And not only that, you got to put the competitiveness in it too, because we was rapping in clubs and stuff about God in clubs. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
so you still had to be able to
you had
rip.
to go. Yeah, you had to go. Like, and shoot, bro. It's like, man, it's just had to be honest, man. I got to rap about life, man. I got to rap about life. That's the only way I can go. I can't fantasize about nothing. Like, I can't rap about a life that I ain't lived, man. Like, it'll come out. To me, it'll come out corny, bro. Like, I'm not finna talk about being no pimp and all this other stuff, and I ain't gonna do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
That's just how I am, man. Some people are great writers like that, where they can write great stories and embellish a lot. You know what I mean? I can just write.
Yours is just what pours out of you.
Yeah, man.
Naturally from you.
Yeah.
I like that, and I respect that so much. And like I said, I think that's what drew me to you when I first saw you. So going from the church to performing in the clubs, how was that taken? What was the biggest challenge?
The biggest, bro, and this is crazy, bro. In actuality, bro, the biggest challenge was rapping in church. When you go to I remember one time I was like, we used to start off with like just a freestyle verse. I mean, they used to give, man, shout out to Battle Cats, man, G.I., Dean Priest, Supreme Youth, bro, like we used to love that junk. So we used to go into like, say we went to the it was the Onyx at the time. Like one time I was rapping one of my songs, man. So I was like, it was called Too Religious, man. And it was just so easy rapping in the clubs to those people, because they were looking at us like, man, like they'll be high and drunk, bro. And all of a sudden they'll just sober up, man. I remember I was rapping that song Too Religious, bro. And a dude came up to me and in the mid rap, bro, and I'm still rapping. He came up and hugged me, bro. And like we went to Gaston and a couple of clubs like that, man. We started rapping about some real stuff, bro. They sobering up and coming to the stage like, man, what, we may not have won the contest, bro, but they were coming to the stage like, man, yes, man. And that's all I want. I don't care about all that other stuff, bro. Like, man, that the biggest challenge was the church. It's like, when they say preaching to the choir, it's like, that was the big thing. It's like, oh, they're just youth up there. Let them do their little thing, their little youth church, and it's Youth Sunday. Let them just do their thing. And then we don't understand it. We ain't even gonna turn the bass all the way up. We just gonna You know, we going.
They didn't even let y'all turn up for real.
They just, you know what I'm saying? You got to tell them to turn it up, man. Like he took all the bass out, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, but the clubs were the easiest thing, man. It was easiest, man, because people, you know, they just want real stuff, bro. Like they just want real, man.
You can't deny real, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
And it's like I got to chill right there.
Yeah, I know.
You know, because when I'm listening to the whole setup of going from church to the club, and then the club really embracing you because, you know, they need to hear the word too.
Yeah.
They need to hear the real. They need to hear the real life in a way that they can relate. Because I think sometimes now, and I don't want to get too preachy.
No,
I think sometimes a lot of youth get turned away from church because it comes off so preachy instead of being able to hit them at gut level. And then sometimes I think, you know, that old school religion is good enough for me.
Yeah.
It might not be good enough for the youngsters right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you might have to get them gut level and then bring them in slowly. I don't know. I'm not a minister or anything that.
No,
I just know I listen to a lot of youth. And, you know, with recording music for so long, there's a lot of youth that they see me as the old guy, the OG, and then they hear my story and then they're like, what? You? Nah. And then when I tell them about my pivot, from how I went from this to where I am now, it becomes more relatable because I've been in their shoes and I'm not afraid to share with them. I've been in their shoes before. So, and I don't know. I just think that that's a challenge sometimes for church that they sit up so far up here, they have a 30,000-foot view and don't know how to get back to gut level. So that's just me.
Yeah, and then it's like I had to realize that they don't rap. They don't know what it takes to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had that same perspective too, man. And I just realized, man, they not rappers, bro. They don't understand all the way what it takes to do this thing. So I'm not expecting them to, you know, oh man, let's take up a tithes and offering for the Battle Cats, man. They need this money for marketing and production. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect them to do that because they don't know what it takes, man. You know what I mean? So you have to just find out, man. Just keep going, man. It's like you can't depend on nobody and just let God lead the way for real, man. And there was a major frustration, you know, with rapping in churches and stuff like that. It's the fact that it was harder to rap in church than it was in the club. You know, and then you looking like, man, dang, bro, the people that, you know, that you really do it for, you know what I'm saying? They ain't feeling you. So it's like you make a pivot. You literally make a pivot and be like, okay, they want the people that do, it's basically love who love you, man. Love who love you, man. And it don't mean you don't love nobody else, just mean pay attention to the people that pay attention to you.
Facts.
And those are the people that paid attention to me. You know, your fan base is literally all the people that's naturally attracted to you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you said you thought you was doing it for them, but really
I was doing it for another group of people, man.
Really doing it for another group of people, man.
And it's basically men I mean, you know, I have a certain woman fan base, but the majority of my analytics is men, bro, that's trying to be the best version of themselves, bro.
That's what's up.
I just want to hear something honest.
So before I go into a few other things, who are your top 3 inspirations when it comes to music? And it doesn't have to be a rapper, or it could be rapper, singer, engineer, mogul, someone local. Who are your top 3?
Top 3? Does it have to be now, or can it be like from the beginning?
It could be from the beginning.
The ones that sparked me, I would say when I saw LL Cool J rap.
Okay.
And when I saw him rap, man, I was like, man, I want to do that one day.
Okay.
And the second one is, y'all gonna laugh, but it was Criss Cross. Them the ones that made me be like, you could do this now if you want to. Because they were young. So I was like, man, I could do this now. And it kind of pushed me even further towards it. And I'll say, man, later on was the biggest influence. Later on, that made the biggest change in me probably was Kanye West, man. We first came out. It was like, this a dude that he doing what I want to do, bro. Like, I just want to be honest, bro. I ain't sold no drugs. I ain't did a lot of stuff, man. I've seen it. I've been around it. I know how to talk about the certain things that I've seen. And Kanye West was doing it, man. with the backpack and the polo, bro. He was just honest, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about him then. You know what I'm saying?
Then
Hey, you know.
that's dope. That's dope. And I could see a lot of that in you just by the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
And I know we didn't touch on this.
Mm-hmm.
You played basketball. I mean, you got some height on you. If y'all don't know, y'all see, I'm sitting down here and I'm like 6'6" with the fro, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, what you about what, 6'6"?
6'7". Yeah.
6'7"?
Yeah.
So high school ball, obviously.
Oh yeah, high school ball.
College?
Man. Yeah, college ball.
Okay. Was there pro opportunities?
No, man, no pro opportunities, man.
Okay.
I mean, I was good enough, man. It was all on me. I quit.
Okay.
I quit ball, man. It was politics. Up at A&M, it was politics. But really, man, I was just prideful and was like, man, I ain't make the team the first time. I was like, hey, I ain't doing it again. Half of them been up at that school for 7 years, man. I'm trying to get up out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah.
So the ball, the rap, and I think that what gives you your competitiveness too, because you know, and rap, I always say rap is competitive. You want to show people that I got bars for real and I'm hard.
Oh yeah.
And then in sports, you got to have that aggressiveness too.
You do, man.
And then in life, it's that pursuit of, we talked about this, no matter what you want to do, if there's something that you really want to do, don't quit.
Oh yeah. You can't, man. Never quit, man. Never quit. That's one thing my parents taught me since Inslee Broncos, man. I remember first practice I got out there, man, got the fire knocked out my But I remember crying, man. And then I remember I was like, man, I don't want to do this no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Little light-skinned kid, soft, man. I don't want to do this no more, man. but my parents' thing was like, oh, you don't want to do this more? You can quit after the season over with.
You finna finish this out.
You can quit after the season over with. Then we'll take another look at it. Man, by the time the season ended, man, I love that click-clack. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's happening.
Then, you know, basketball, same thing, man. Like, hey, I wanted to quit basketball too, especially in high school, man. My coach was, hey, shout out to my high school coach, man. But, hey, bless him, man. But he wasn't the best, man. He, you know, the person that you expect to be that help you with your confidence and all certain type of things, man. He kind of tore that joint down. So
he used to tear you down, but he didn't know how to build you back up.
Yeah, man. I was a different type of player, bro. You don't. I'm the type of person, man, you don't talk junk to me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm already talking junk to myself. Like, I'm already my own self. Like, when it comes to competitive, like, I don't look at all these other artists. Like, I don't look at no person in Birmingham as competition, bro. Like, the war that be going on inside.
The man in the mirror.
Yes, bro. That's the biggest competition that I ever had, bro. And ever will, bro. Like, that. The man in the mirror, literally, man. On the man on the inside, that's the biggest competition, bro. So half the time, I ain't studying half these rappers around here. I ain't studying nobody, bro.
You doing you.
I'm doing me, man, and trying to be the best version of me, man. And I had to learn that through basketball, through, you know, music and just everything, man.
That's what's up. Any projects coming out?
Oh, yeah. I just dropped Love Yourself, man. LUVYOSEF. Love Yourself.
Okay. So break that down. Break that down.
Man, I just said the war on the inside, man. I ain't gonna say I'm an overthinker, but I think a lot, bro. So love yourself. It's basically saying it's three different levels of it. Love yourself, literally, like I'm telling people, man, make sure you love yourself. Second is actually love yourself. The YOSEF is the narcissistic part of us, or me. Like, love me for what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all showing everybody else attention. Hey, love me, bro. Like, I'm here, bro. Like, ain't nobody messing with me type stuff. And the other love yourself is just basically, man, just like, man, I need love, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's deep. Just love me, you know what I'm saying, for who I am type thing.
And is that out on all platforms?
All platforms, man.
So, man, y'all go check them out, man. I'm telling you, dope artists, dope music, something that's going to entertain you, and it's also gonna feed you. And so we need a lot of that in our music right now.
Yes, sir.
Now, as you know, my radio station is 101.1 The Culture. So I always ask people, do you have anything that you're doing that is kind of a give back or something that you do personally as a give back? Because I always say, to much is given, much is required. Is there anything that you're doing in particular?
Well, shout out to my pops, man. He passed, man, or whatnot. But we have an organization called Joseph's House Incorporated, and basically we go to we're getting it back up because that was a sharp blow. You know what I'm saying? My pops passing, like the leader, the everything, man, of it. So we're getting back into it, but we go to schools and just inspire kids to want more and do more. Working on we got a volleyball clinic coming up. Shoot, man, y'all look on my page or something. You'll see my mom is throwing this volleyball clinic. So we'll give back with presenting opportunities for us to inspire them and have them opportunities to, you know, sharpen their skills on certain things. We're gonna do a basketball clinic, all type of stuff, man. We're just doing clinics just to build these youth, man. You know,
that's what's
in
up.
the inner city and outskirts. You know,
that's what's up. And I think, you know, we think about, okay, we're teaching them a skill set, but what we're building is community.
Community, yes.
You know, they get a chance to meet kids in their neighborhood or other kids.
Yes,
they get a chance to learn new skills that they can apply. Some people think sports is just about sports, but it's about discipline. It's about planning. It's about execution. It's about working together as a team.
Yes.
It's about partnering with someone that you may have never met that's from a different community and different background, and y'all put all that aside for the common goal.
Oh yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of things in sports that people don't think about.
It's life. It's literally life, man.
For real. So shout out to you for that. And I always say, here at the Crescent Culture Community Center, we do a lot of give back also. So if you're ever looking for a place or a partner, we always look for partners because, like we just said, it's about community. And so how can we grow if we're not helping each other? So always come back here. You got my number. So holler at me about anything and come through. Any shout outs before you go?
Hey man, just shout out everybody that's been rocking with me since forever, man. Shout out to my crew, Battle Cats. Shout out to
what's happening?
My wife, my kids. Man, just everybody, man, they rock with me, man. Yeah.
I appreciate it. And of course, Joe's music is gonna be on the station. So you can always listen to the station, 101.1 The Culture. You can go to our website. If you look at the bottom of the screen, it's somewhere down there. 101theculture.com is the website. You can just scroll down and hit the player. And we play all types of music. We got a lot of Southern soul, got a lot of gospel rap, inspirational rap, R&B, got some hardcore rap, got some wavy stuff on there. So there's a lot of music on there for the listener.
Okay.
Or you can download the app for Live 365 or the TuneIn app and just search for 101.1 The Culture. We'll come up and you can listen.
Oh yeah.
With that, man, I appreciate you, dog, for coming through, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, this was feeling this day, man. So I'm really happy.
Yes, sir.
And so, man, y'all check us out. Keep rocking with 101.1 The Culture.
Yes,
and again, shout out to my guy Joe Clark for coming through and chopping up with me. Man, we out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.